important that we think about tube feeding as a mealtime, and we help parents sort of connect this is a mealtime with their tube feeding, because so many families come home from the hospital having learned how to lay their child down on a hospital bed and connect the tube and connect the syringes and talk about CCCs and meals, and they come home from the hospital so many times thinking of it as a procedure, and this is not a procedure. Tube feeding is a way to provide nourishment to a child. It's a different tube. It's not an esophagus tube, it's a feeding tube, but we're still giving food and nutrition and with love to children. So by helping families think about tube feeding as a mealtime, we really can help reduce the stress and worry. If you're thinking about, I have to go do this procedure, you're a little disconnected from the tube meal. If we think of it as this is a meal time, we're going to have a conversation, we're going to interact together, we're going to maybe bring the child to the table. If the child is a baby, they might be in the parent's arms. If the child is a toddler, they might be at the table. But we're thinking about this tube feeding as a tube meal. In order to think of it as a tube meal, we have to sometimes think about changing our vocabulary. So instead of it being a bolus or a drip, or a tube feeding, could we think of it as a breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Maybe a snack? Could we think of it as a tummy meal or a mouth-tasting meal? Could we think of it as a mouth meal or a tummy meal? Could we think about it as a tube snack or a tube breakfast? Let's think about our vocabulary in a way that relates this whole tube feeding to the mealtime.